I can't believe you are gone. Oh, I was shocked and sad when I heard the news. Oh no, I can't believe you are gone.
Honorable Adedayo Isaac Omolafe, popularly known as Expensive, was an enigma and a great man. Born on the 18th of April 1964 in Akure and rose from grass to grace, but his life was cut short by the cold hands of death on the 16th of August 2021. It was a dark Monday. When the news filtered into Akure Kingdom, and that brought virtually everything to a standstill for a moment over the loss of an illustrious son of the kingdom, an Akure-born philanthropist, businessman, and politician who toiled for the development of his people, irrespective of their political and social status, all through his sojourn on earth. Honorable Adedayo Isaac Omolafe was a Nigerian legislator of the Nigerian National Assembly in the Green Chair Chambers. He represented Akure North-South Federal Constituency, but was known more among his constituents as a philanthropist, an easygoing man, a man of few words, and a down-to-earth man whose lifestyle of living was just about living for the people to make life easier for all.
Only to ban lọ kó máa only to bá ti lọ kó máa ṣe bó ti sanwó school time session yìí ó ti bá mi san 150,000 owó ilé 45,000 ẹ̀sùn ẹ̀ ló san òde olórí burúkú mi ò ní wọ́n náírà mi ò ní kọ́kọ́ ó dẹ̀ kọ́ ṣẹ́ẹ̀kì ó dẹ̀ fún mi ó pàdé àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ mi ṣàṣeyọrí lọ́wọ́.
He was the staunch member of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and was also known by his people as a problem solver and a dedicated citizen of his country home. The executive governor of Ondo State, Arakunrin Rotimi Odunwayo Akeredolu, among other prominent Nigerians, was among the early callers at his residence to pay his condolence visit.
Oh, I was shocked and sad when I heard the news.
Let me express my personal condolences and express also the state condolence on this most unfortunate, rude, and shocking news of the demise of a person. That's what we always call it now.
The new chairman, Ondo State Council of Obas, the Deji of Akure, His Imperial Majesty, Kabiesi Aladelusi Ogunlade Aladetoyibo Odundo II, was short of words on the loss of one of his great sons of the land.
Àtọjọ́ tó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ ni you're like a cloud on this town. We lost a promising son, very promising. Atari Ajanaku, that's the Oluomo, everything. Ọ̀kan ṣoṣo ọmọ gbogbo ẹ̀ attributed to him. He was so passionate about this town. Even the youth, the elderly, the sick, took care of everybody. Everybody. To the tone of going to bank and get a loan to take care of others. That's how he was. So we lost. If we continue to talk about our honorable Adedayo Omolafe, it will be a sad, very, very sad story.
He posited that expensive would be immortalized.
But we will do our best to mortalize him. We will do something for him so that we will keep on remembering him every year, because he has done so great for this town. We love him. We love his family. Whatever help that the family might need from Akure people, even from the palace, because he was very passionate about this palace, a very good friend of the palace, a very good friend. I'm older than him, but he's a friend. He was a friend. Very close to the palace. So whatever, in any way that Akure will help the family, we will do so without no hesitation.
Honorable Benga Olaniyi, he also added that such a great man should be immortalized.
Try as much as possible to immortalize his name, such that the generation yet unborn will hear about this great politician that he lived, he saw, and he conquered.
Last year, when we had coronavirus, there was lockdown. Shops, market, nobody could come out. But we lost one of our greatest son during his burial, that we can't close all shops, all markets in Akure domain for just one day. No, we are going to do it. We are going to do it. There's nothing. For one day, we are going. Every house will be shut down that day.
Torí ọkàn gbòógì ní l'Ákúrẹ́, olú ọmọ nílẹ̀ jẹ́ l'Ákúrẹ́, èsùn gidi kan ṣe nílùú Àkúrẹ́ kí Adedayo kẹ́ lọ sí Ẹ̀sìpẹ́, ọ̀rọ̀ Ẹ̀sìpẹ́ jálé ọjà ko, ìjọ kan bá ti fẹ́ sí Ẹ̀sìpẹ́ lóde Àkúrẹ́, síbi kankan tí a nájà lẹ́jọ́ ti ká, kẹ́tọ́ ọjà polígẹ̀ ẹ̀hún, ó di ṣíṣe.
His political ideology and openness made him a pillar of salt in his political party and a point of reference in years to come for his unflinching political style that grants unfettered access to his home and his office for all the positions he occupied while he was alive, as highlighted by the state and local government chairman of the People's Democratic Party (PDP) in Ondo State.
Late Honorable Adedayo Omolafe, popularly known as Expensive, is a man that all of us will miss so greatly, because in the politics of Ondo State, in the politics of Akure Kingdom, and in the politics of our party, Omolafe Adedayo has really demonstrated and play the role of great leader. He demonstrated himself and proved himself as a great ambassador, a philanthropist, grassroots politician, a mobilizer, a sharegiver, and an epitome of humility. He contributed to this great party, PDP, immensely, starting from when he served as a chairman of council. A lot of people in this Akure Kingdom were in PDP because of Expensive. Because when he served as chairman of Akure South, he played the role of a small governor in Akure Kingdom.
Expensive, láti gbà àtijọ́ wà party PDP, kò sí ọmọ party PDP tí ò nífẹ̀ẹ́ ọ̀nà dẹ̀ nífẹ̀ẹ́ wọn. Dẹ̀ kò sí nǹkan tá a fẹ́ ṣe ní party wa PDP ní Àkúrẹ́ tí mo wà yìí, ká má sọ ìlú míì. Wọ́n ní kàn ṣe nǹkan 100,000, mo fi ṣàpèjúwe ni o. Expensive á ṣe 90,000. A kàn sọ pé wẹ̀ kán má kàn sọ pé kò ń ṣe gbogbo ẹni. So kò sí ọ̀rọ̀ ọmọ pátì tó ṣẹlẹ̀ tí ò dá sí.
Honorable Olubumi Ademosun, Special Advisor to the State Governor on Public and Intergovernmental Matters, spoke glowingly about this grassroots politician despite their political party differences and his impact on Akure Kingdom within his short stay on earth, describing his effort as expensive, just like his nickname.
His death came in as a shock, rude one. His death came in at a time that I felt, forget that we are not in the same political party. But when you talk of a grassrooter, when you talk of somebody who was not there to deceive the people, when you talk of somebody who wanted to labor for the people, regardless of his shortcomings, we all have our shortcomings. A very jolly fellow, a good brother, a lover of Akure Ndige, a man with few words, but much of the words are in action. But when it comes to talking, no. Expensive is not that talker, but he's a go-getter, an action man. A man that believes we should eradicate poverty from our people in Akure. He came, he saw, and he conquered. It's not how long you live in life, but he's a man that had an impact in the life of the young, the youth, the elderly, and even the traditional stool of Akure. Is a man that you would see everybody living in Akure, be you an indigene, be you a visitor, is a man that you see everybody love passionately. Why? He will give anything, I mean anything, to get an Akure youth, an elderly in Akure, to a point of relief. Expensive. And honestly, it's expensive. Because when you say something is expensive, it's not everybody that buys it on the shelf. But in his own word, expensive, I would take it to be, I pray we find another replacement. He's expensive. He has left a vacuum.
He's such a good friend that I don't think I can come across anybody like that in the course of my life. He has done great things for me, for my family, for all of us. He has done a lot in terms of service to humanity. He has extra. He did many things in extra form, like I call double portion.
Except we will miss you. We'll miss you so dearly. You were there for everybody. You were there for each and every person that you were able to relate with. There was no political barrier in your aggressive philanthropic nature. We love our Akure people.
Kò fẹ́ mọ̀ ọjọ́ tí a ríra ń bí last ní ilé ẹ̀ báyìí àwọn boys kan sì wá tó ní ìjọ election yẹn àwọn ọkọ̀ APC bá ti ó ní stop kì í sọ̀rọ̀ gbogbo APC gbogbo èèyàn ló dìbò fún lọ́jọ́ ìbò à ń sọ̀rọ̀ ìlú generally tẹ́ bá fẹ́ ní ìdìrànlọ́wọ́ ẹ wá ẹ bèrè ìrànlọ́wọ́ ẹ má sọ pé ẹnìkan ṣe gbá nǹkan ṣàwó so gbogbo èèyàn ló kó mọ́ra.
By the time we are in the council together, as I've already said, there's PDP, AD, and APP. In any political setting, when your party won, it's only your party member that will be coming to the council or coming to the ministry or whatsoever you are giving appointment. It's only your party member. They will give assessments to come and ask for anything. The department they give him appointment to, that's S section. It's corridor of our political party.
One thing about expensive is that his political tentacle cut across all political groupings. He's not a limited person. He plays, he embraces everybody, whether you are PDP, whether you are SDP or you are APC. He's there.
he embraced everybody. Either you are a party A, either you are a party B, either you are APC or PDP or AA, or he embraced everybody. If you come to him for any assistance, he's going to render the assistance. He do a lot of things for people. He's a man of the people.
Because bó ṣe ń ṣe ó kọjá òye ẹ̀dá ó kọjá ilé ẹ̀dá láàrin àwọn èèyàn láàrin àwọn olóṣèlú láàrin àwọn aráàlú òṣèlú tó ń ṣe kì í ṣe òṣèlú pátì bóyá PDP is a PDP member but auto stage gan àwa tá a ṣe party tá a ṣe PDP àti wọn ké pé àwọn arábì àwọn other party wọn bá wa ṣe wàhálà yìí àwọn ẹ̀gọ́ tún gbádùn tá a rí sójú kì í ṣe pé wọ́n ṣùgbọ́n ọ̀rọ̀ ẹ̀yìn yàtọ̀ sí pé nǹkan tó fojú ara ẹni tó mọ̀.
This man of the people became a benchmark for performance measurement and a reference point in the political space of his community. He served as a councillor representing Ward 2, Ijomu Obala, Akure South local government in 1996. Later became the vice chairman of his local government in year 2000. He was made a supervisory councillor for health in Akure South local government. In 2003, he was made the caretaker chairman of Akure South local government and later served as a two-term executive chairman of Akure South local government and was also the Algon chairman in Ondo State. His then Lieutenant Honorable Elder Smart Alabaoloye, who happens to be his deputy chairman, Akure South local government, has this to say about Adedayo Omolafe.
When he served as the first time, that time, then the second time he wanted to serve, and I indicated as somebody who wants to be his deputy. I went to him. He said, well, if my ward accepts to bring me in, the party. Unfortunately, I won the election to become the vice chairman of Expensive. So we campaigned together. By then, he was so loyal, so pleasant. He gave me all the room to campaign, to do all things. And we won that election together. So it was then I knew him. And since we entered that council together, he has been so pleasant. He's very focused. He knows what he's doing. So if there's any problem, he solves it. In fact, without any embarrassment, he solved it. And he is very generous to people.
Also, the current executive chairman of Akure South local government from the ruling party of the All Progressives Congress, Honorable Binga Olaniyi, recounted the immense positive contributions of Expensive while he was on the same seat he now occupies.
Honorable Omolafe, popularly known as Expensive, his death is a colossal loss to Akure community. He's a man of a great virtue, a great politician indeed. We're going to miss him for a very long time. And he has left his shoe that I believe is going to be very difficult for anybody to occupy. Because in terms of achievement during his era, he was able to achieve a lot of things for Akure community. The two biggest shopping complexes we have in Akure now, one at Okijebu, and the other one at Ondo Road. He built it. The Oja Oba, the Erekeson market, it was built during his era. First of all, what we banked on was the road project at Apomu. The road project from Akure here to Apomu, go there. He opened up so many roads, even the secretariats that we're currently occupying. The foundation was laid during his own time, and he built it. So a lot of achievement during his era. Are we going to talk about the copper sludge that he built? So many, even the Oja showed the road that he opened up to reduce the road congestions, traffic congestions along Oja Oshodi, Oba axis. So to me, he's a great achiever within that shortest period that he was a chairman in Akure South local government.
He was announced as the Ondo State coordinator of the Subsidy Reinvestment Program during the Goodluck Jonathan's administration and performed creditably well with a lot of empowerment for the people.
And when he was the state coordinator for P, he used it to mobilize greatly for PDP.
He was made the chairman of Edo State Property Development Corporation in 2015 and the general manager of the corporation, represented by the PRO, Mr. Adetokunbo Adekunle Francis, reflected on his relationship with everyone, his contributions and achievements while he was the chairman of the corporation.
Honorable Isaac Adedayo Omolafe was quite ebullient, compassionate, and he was indeed a friend to every one of us. He really achieved a lot, within the stint of his stay here, because it wasn't long. He did some projects here. He completed the Ijapo market, the multi-purpose market there at Ijapo. He was the one that completed it, although it was the former chairman, Dr. Lou Creed, that started it, but it was skeletal. He was the one that completed it. He also constructed a gate here, which is intermediary between the second gate here. So even if you are going, you will see it there. He did a lot of things here. He also upgraded the corporation's legacy house at Ijapo Estate. So he did quite well during his period here.
And when he was in the housing corporation, a lot of people in Ondo State today give credit to him for them to have houses in the government land today, because he really proved himself that he belonged to everybody.
As a result of his liberal political ideology that accommodates other people from all walks of life and political parties, a legal practitioner and politician, Prince Ademola Adegore, said Expensive has left his footprint as a benchmark in the political space of Ondo State.
No doubt in my mind that Expensive, that's the name we used to call him, left his footprints on the sands of time. When I came back to Akure in 1997 to participate in politics, I met him. We belonged to the same party. At that time, it used to be called the Democratic Party of Nigeria, DPN. It was in the Abacha days. And then subsequently, when that transition came to a halt, we also joined the Alliance for Democracy, and we both were members of that same party. And so I've been interacting with him very, very closely until God called him home very closely. There's no doubt in my mind that Expensive did wonderfully well for himself and for the people, particularly in Akure here. He did so well. He was kind, he was humane, he was very considerate, he was extremely generous to people. He was full of life. Expensive was a very kind man. And so his death shook not just Akure, the entire state, to its very foundation. It's most unfortunate. We feel terrible. We miss him, and we will miss him. We will miss him. We definitely will miss Expensive.
Some of whom spoke Akure dialect, describing Expensive as the loss of a pillar of growth in Akure Kingdom.
Inú mi bàjẹ́ gidigidi ṣe mí nìkan gan. Inú kété Àkúrẹ́ lápapọ̀ lọ́mọdé lágbà lọ́kùnrin lọ́bìnrin kọjọ́ mọ bíbí inú Àkúrẹ́ torí àwọn fòun rí biribi ní sọdánù mọ́ wa. Òpó gidi kan ní wó l'Àkúrẹ́ níjọ́ Omolafe Adedayo kò kú l'Àkúrẹ́ ń gidigidi ní sọnù m'Àkúrẹ́ ní jẹun.
Ó dá mi lójú ni ìlú yìí ká tó réèyàn tá a dàbí ìránṣẹ́ yìí a ṣe díẹ̀ torí tẹ bá dé nínú ọjà tẹ bá dé gbogbo ibi kò sí bí kan tí ìránṣẹ́ yìí tí ò ti jáde sí àwọn èèyàn nílùú yìí.
Expensive kò yàn mọ́ra ọ̀dọ̀ jẹ́yàn kọjá fún Àkúrẹ́ mọ̀ kẹ́ fàkúrẹ́ lẹ̀ so ẹ̀dẹ̀ sí nínú ìwà nínú ìṣe ẹ̀ sí kẹ́ dá kẹ́ mú dá sàkúrẹ́ ẹ̀ kanra mọ̀ yàn ẹ̀dẹ̀ sún kẹ́ lọ Expensive kẹ́ Expensive yọ fún yàn
Bato ọ̀rọ̀ mi kókó mọ́lẹ̀ mọ́ sí expensive wẹ́ ẹ pọ̀rọ̀ ká expensive bá ti fọ̀pọ̀ báwọn láago kan ló abá expensive tán ni láti lọ́kà àti báàbọ̀ kò tí ṣòṣèlú expensive pọ̀rọ̀.
One of his great community leaders, Prince Adeniyi Adebisi, aka BC Gold, spoke about the attributes of expensive with a call on the young minds of the land to emulate Honorable Adedayo Isaac Omolafe.
Very, very unfortunate. Honorable Adedayo Omolafe, when he was in secondary school, I was already the marketing manager of Sonajuri. I was involved in his education. He's so close to me. He's been so close and good to the town. And all our developmental efforts, he has been part of it. It's unfortunate that we have lost him, but who are we to query God? But whatever he has done is what will be paying for him. His life should be an inspiration to the youth coming. Nothing comes to anybody easy. If every youth that want to be like him, they should work hard and show their commitment to the development of this town.
Isaac Omolafe Expensive was referred to as a philanthropist and a one of its kind for his core values, programs and ideas, which was geared towards community empowerment during his short term at the National Assembly. Little wonder he was made the Vice Chairman, House Committee on Poverty Alleviation, as this was in his DNA already over the years to help the downtrodden.
Honorable Isaac Adedayo Omolafe is a freeborn of Akure. He's a son of the soil. He's 1 out of 1,000. He's a politician, he's a philanthropist, and then he's one of his kind in our generation of this moment. Before I can aggregate a person as a philanthropist, as a life toucher, to me as a person, I will try as much as possible to look deep in. That is this person pretending, or that is how God created him, or is it his lifestyle? So I see all these three basic things accrued to expensive.
His legislative aides and followers from his Obala community, and one of the hundreds of the people employed by Expensive, who is today the chairman of Norge at the Akure South local government community, they all have this to say about him.
He was a very good man, a man who had interest of people at heart. He was always compassionate and passionate on how to assist people, especially the downtrodden.
Owó school ọmọ mi tí tó fi kú ihò ló ti sanwó school ọmọ mi. Owó ṣọ́ọ̀bù mi tí tó fi kú ihò ló ti sanwó ṣọ́ọ̀bù mi. So gbogbo ìrìn àjò gbogbo ìgbésí ayé mi ẹ̀sẹ̀sì ló bá mi gbé. So àtọmọ mi àti ìyàwó mi àti ilé gan tí mo ń gbé ẹ̀sẹ̀sì nípa lórí ilé tí mo ń gbé. So kì í ṣe ọ̀rẹ́ tí mi ò lè gbàgbé ẹ̀ ni.
Adedayo can go and borrowing in order to satisfy his people. He has done well during his church stay in this world. I missed him. I will continue to miss him because I don't know. I don't think I can have a friend like him again.
Ṣé àwọn tó gbà síṣẹ́ ń bí ni àbí àwọn tó ń fún lówó lóṣooṣù, àwọn opó tó ń fún lówó lóṣooṣù, àbí àwọn tó ń sanwó school ọmọ wọn, a lot of things ló ṣe tó jẹ́ má ní gbàgbé.
They employ him, he made me before I become the chairman of Noge. He employed almost 130 people to this local governments. There was a day I could remember then when he was the chairman of local government here. He called the Noge. He said he want to make an office for Noge, a special office. He built Noge Hall, Cutting Hall, office for Noge. He's a man of people.
You attend to all the issues that are affecting you. Maybe school fees, you are looking for your children's school fees. Maybe you are looking for a rent apartment. Maybe you want to start a business whatsoever. It's what I can vividly testify to. Olójú àánú ni, ẹlẹ́yinjú àánú ni, ẹni tí Ọlọ́run ẹ̀dá láti ọ̀run wá, pé nǹkan tó wá kó wálé ayé wá ṣe nìyẹn. Ìgbà tí mo sọ yìí rented apartment ló ń gbé, is living in a relation's house at Obaladia. Kò tí kọ́lé, kò tí lówó tó fi rent ilé, ó gbélé ẹbí ni. Tó ṣe gbogbo ẹ̀. So ó yẹ kí mọ̀ pé inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ àtọ̀run wá ló ti yàn wá. Ẹ tó ń fi tara ẹ̀ sílẹ̀ tó ń gbọ́ toro lórí ni. These are friends I'm talking about. They have moved to ACN. And then they want to go to law school. One of them is the present council chairman, vice chairman of Akure local government. Vice chairman of the council now, Honorable Barrister Stephen Abitogun. He came to me. Wọ́n ní ọ̀rẹ́, ipe ọ̀rẹ́ wa ibara fẹ́ sí pé òun fẹ́ lọ sí law school. Pé wọ́n fẹ́ come to bar. Ipe òun dẹ̀ need to the tune of 450,000 naira. Though we are hold some salaries outstanding in the council, but see ìbá ṣe pé ó ní blood of giving as opposition to him, then he won't do it. I follow him to his office. I just say bye ni oníṣẹ́ yẹn lẹ wá ń ṣe kíní sí, only go and write letter of request. Within 45 minutes, this thing has been done. Only the money has to be given to him. Only to be perfect. Only by tomorrow to be perfect. Let him go and use the money to do what he want to do before it's too late. Likewise, Barrister Taiwo Kaode was a councillor then. He did it for 2 of them, which elevates their future up to today.
His political sagacity and quest for the betterment of his people, especially the youths of Akure Kingdom and their development, was second to none as Akure youth leader Oloriodo, Comrade Adekombi Oluwatui, describes Omolafe as a thin god.
It will be superfluous for anybody in Akure here to really say he or she has not felt the impact of Adedayo. Adedayo, to most people in Akure community, is a thin god. He's a man that rises to the responsibility of many people, irrespective of what is going to cost him, irrespective of what that person's background is, the party or the affiliation he has for anybody. He gives succor to destitute without considering consequence to himself. So I see him to be a thin god. He's a real gem. His light hardly come once in 100 years.
Chairman of the burial committee, Michael Oshodi, prayed for the repose of his soul.
Dayo was a very responsible, committed, loving, and a kind brother and politician that this community has ever produced. It was one of the most terrible news that I received that Monday around 1 a.m. It was shocking, devastating, and unexpected. I was not thinking of death for him. And it was really sad that we lost him when we require his service most. We are from the same street, the same quarter. We grew up together regardless of age differences. And my personal encounter with him, since our childhood days to the time of his demise, was very exciting. Ready to help, very accommodating, and well disposed to helping people. So I will surely miss him. It was a terrible loss to me and my immediate family because we are close. Ukure afọṣikala afọẹdun. Ukure ọdunmi gan.
Former Ondo State Chairperson of the Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Bosede Daramola, spoke of his impeccable character as a rallying point for all and sundry in Akure dialect.
On a be rally point in everybody. Easy-going person. Eba neja. Ili irisha. Ezunke lore ke yomukoni. Bonne. Kaati for ya ile ya. Eba ni shiye meji. Òṣèlú ke ṣe. Òṣèlú tere ṣe for bo ba opa bo ba bu lẹ́sẹ̀. Òṣèlú keyan ṣe keyan you can say yes, this is a political leader. kẹ́ẹ̀tàn ni burúkú òjò burúkú lérò lákúrẹ́ lẹ́jọ́ kẹ́ expensive kú torí láyé ọ̀gbàdúrà sọ́lọ́ mẹ́mọ̀ ká tẹ́ kélé mèrè dọ̀la kọ́ lọ́n yọ̀ ọ̀dẹ̀ bá múrú rẹ̀ mìíràn kọ́ yóò mú dípò rẹ̀ lákúrẹ́ because he has created a vacuum that might not likely be easy to fill in this town. ọ̀hún pé láàrin mọ́kùnrin àkúrẹ́ ṣe náà ṣàdé pé láàrin mọ́kùnrin ulé rẹ̀ lẹ́ kọ́kọ́rọ́ àyà rẹ̀ á lè mi ọ̀rẹ́ kọ́kọ́rọ́ kà mú ti géètì ọ̀kọ́kọ́ rí títí àǹtí ń mi jọ́kùn tẹ̀lé kọ́kọ́rọ́ bèè mọ́mọ́ àṣàm kọ́kọ́rọ́ àti géètì ṣùgbọ́n ulé rẹ̀ torí ulé eléèrò ni wàdébé àti gàmbàrí àtàwùsá àti yorùbá àti ìgbò kété ẹ̀lẹ́ adédayọ̀ kó mọ́ra wàá jẹun ọ̀nìkè yẹrẹkú ayakélé mèrè bọ̀bá òun láàsìkú ọ̀nìkọ̀yà kanlé òun láàbà kan ọ̀nìkà yàrá bímọ lọ́sibítù òun láàsán ó á rí fúùdù á gba fọ́ọ̀mù very accessible wey síbi kan tẹ bá sọ̀rọ̀ olóòṣè number 1 kó ẹ lọ lítìtì kú o dúró kọ́ fọ ẹ̀spẹ́ ibìkà á ti jòkó òun náà lẹ́ẹ̀spẹ́ tẹ́ ẹ dá ọ lóhùn.
Honorable Adedayo Isaac Omolafe, expensive, never left his Obala community as he sits at the same spot daily each time he was in town.
Kò lè wà l'Ákúrẹ́ lọ́jọ́ kan kó má dàdúgbò yìí. Then nígbà tí ó ti kúrò ládùúgbò yìí gan, àjọ máa ń wà pọ̀ immediately after tó bá ti tibi iṣẹ́ dé we were together, playing together. Exactly a month we were together here discussing. Exactly a month today, he sat there, I was here. He doesn't sick. The death is very sudden.
And right opposite that spot where he sits to attend to the needs of his friends, constituents, associates, and people of his immediate community, he constructed a water project to solve the water problem around that area.
Nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ lọ́jọ́ ń ṣò pé kì í ṣe ọmọ Ọbalá nìkan ló ń ṣe nǹkan fún because kì í ṣe Ọbalá nìkan ló mọ̀ ẹ́. The second day the whole market was locked. Tó bá jẹ́ Ọbalá nìkan náà ti teach up now. Gbogbo Àkúrẹ́ ló ń ṣe nǹkan fún ọmọ Àkúrẹ́ gidi ni tó dẹ̀ ń rí ti ìlú ìró. Just of recent òun ló ṣẹ̀ ṣomi yìí omi tó wà ń bí ó ṣe omi ní February nígbà tí àwọn èèyàn àdúgbò tó ń wá omi kiri ìgbà yẹn ló fi ṣe omi yìí.
mẹ́ẹ̀mọ̀ bóyá oṣù rẹ yóò kù torí nǹkan ya lára láyé àti àṣekèrò pẹ̀gbọ́n kan ṣe ọ̀ṣà ìpòbí ọyún fẹ́lẹ́gbọ̀ orí transfer adé pẹ́pẹ́pẹ́ kan bá ti béèrè lọ́rẹ̀ ń gbé ní mẹ́wàá pẹ́ account number àdúgbò ń Londo road mẹ́ẹ̀mí jọ́kọ̀ ọ̀nà tẹ bíríìjì kẹlẹ́bẹ̀ ẹ̀rọ àdúgbò ń mẹ́ẹ̀tì ọ̀hún ti ṣí bíríìjì síbẹ̀ rí ẹjọ́kọ̀ ya kíbò gate ládùúgbò ń ẹjẹ́ òun kó orí kébẹ́ ti rí lẹ́bọn dá sọ̀nà ó ṣe bíríìjì sọ̀nà kẹrẹ àdúgbò ń mọ̀ fọ́ léṣù ya kí ni líbe ṣá láì ṣe fọ́ lè yá ṣe campaign kẹ́ẹ̀dẹ̀ ṣe bíríìjì bá that is expensive for you.
Elder statesman Chief Olufalai and former secretary to the government of the Federation has this to say about the death of an illustrious son of Akure Kingdom.
That was a very painful episode. You know, I saw him about a week or 10 days before his death at the birthday party we had for the Yeshon of Akure. He was beaming with smile as always, a very congenial and very helpful young man. It was a very sad loss. You know, the cat name is Expensive. Everybody called him Expensive. That we lost him was most unfortunate. And the gap he has left will be very difficult to fill. May his soul rest in peace.
Honorable Adedayo Isaac Omolafe, for the great things he has done in Akure Kingdom to better the lots of his people. Many are of the opinion that, knowing fully well that the wife is equal to the task of completing his tenure at the National Assembly, that his dear wife, Mrs. Taye Omolafe, be fielded to complete his tenure, still representing the good people of Akure South and North constituency of Ondo State.
Without missing a word, can you put on Meti Dagbato like 30-35? Even the two political parties, we can put on bank contest here. because ipò tí ẹ̀spẹ́ hold ní politics Ondo state ó kọjá ọ̀rọ̀ rep nǹkan tí ẹ̀spẹ́ ṣe àrí gọ́ọ̀mù bí tí ò lè ṣe àrí gọ́ọ̀mù tó kú nílùú ẹ̀ tó ń bá ibi tó ń tẹ́ bílípà adìyẹ kú to me in that respect kò tí ẹ̀ kàn sọ nǹkan méjì ju pé kàn fún ìyàwó ní tíkẹ̀tì ẹ̀kọ́ ló complete tenure ẹ̀ tó bá sọ pé òun ò ṣe gan ká bẹ́ẹ̀ ipò kójú ẹ̀ pé àmọ́ bóyá òkú ń wẹ̀ ìwò tó ń ríyàn.
bẹ̀tẹ̀ mi gẹ́gẹ́ bí èèyàn kan wẹ́ bí irú eléyìí ṣe ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí wẹ́ tí àwọn pàtì bá sọ pé kàn fi ran ìyàwó olóògbé àbí kí ìyàwó olóògbé continue kò sí nǹkan tó burú bẹ́ẹ̀ o.
àwọn ẹbí ẹ̀ ló yẹ kán kọ̀ fún nípò yìí kán dáàṣì wọn pé ẹ lọ parí the remaining term tó kù yìí.
The position of the party, that one will be discussed after the burial.
His dear wife, Taye Omolafe, in an emotional-laden voice and tears, spoke about her dear husband in this manner.
It's not that I receive it. I witnessed the whole thing. It happens in my presence, which I don't even believe he was going to die. Just as a joke, just like that. It's not a thing that somebody just came and broke a news to me. I saw it all. Nobody expected it that it's going to happen just like that. But we believe that God gives it and He takes it. That's all what I know. Very lovely, very caring to everybody. No sentiment in everything that He does. Everything randomly to everybody. To everybody. I cannot query His authority. I'm always happy with what He did. Everybody treated us equally that come across Him. Àwọn ọmọ lígì sọ ọgbọ́n ọjọ́ mu tán bá tún ní kán kí wọ́n sí jù tá gbolú àwọn ọmọ lígì kan bùlàbùlà kòkòrò dìde àìkò ṣe ọkòkòrò dìde èrò làwọn ọgbọ̀fà làwọn ní ọkàn wénéwéné ló lérè ọ́ làwọn sómi ọmọ Lákùrẹ́ olóyè mẹ́kùn ọmọ lígì kè ó ṣọ̀pọ̀ sí ọmọ lé palẹ̀ fagbọ̀nà tẹ̀rù tọmọ pò yíyọ ọ̀nà kélésà.
Among his children, his lookalike daughter, Modupe Omolafe, and the last born of the family, Tomiwa Omolafe, shared their moments together with their father as they expressed their optimism that their livelihood and educational pursuit will not be affected negatively by the exit of their dear friend and father.
My relationship with my dad, I think to an extent we're actually quite close, considering the fact that most people say I look like my dad, like a lot. So that made us close, especially when I was a child. But towards my adulthood, towards my teenage years, we got less close, but then we're still the type to talk almost every day. I just finished my BS education in nursing, and my dad and I had plans to further it, probably a master's in nursing again, but with my dad in mind, I would definitely want to further my master's degree.
I'm his last born though. I would say we're like brothers, but then it was like a real, let me say my second God, because I believed in him. He mentored me in all ways I could live for. Then considering the fact that yes, we almost look alike, I can't walk 5 steps and people won't ask, just calm down, are you not his child? Then I will be so shy to say yes, because then almost everybody keeps on asking. Then, yeah, that should be it. Shocking, because it happened all of a sudden. Because he spoke to me the morning, telling me to go and get him water and all. Then suddenly, I noticed his drowsiness because of his headache. Then I was shocked when they had to carry him. But then, sooner or later, he was taken to the hospital. Then I thought he would be okay, because I was gradually stabilizing. Then some hours later, I heard the news. I don't know. I can't say this, but then it was heartbreaking. Yeah, I had plans with him though. My first plan actually was to study Agric because of his farms and everything. Then I changed my mind to accounting. Then after that, he said, okay, since you want to choose accounting, then you have to go for ICANN. I said no, but then he kept pushing me, then showed me the advantages of studying ICANN, of doing ICANN rather. Then I had to go on my research for that. Then I told him about it. Then he said, okay, no problem. Then he paid for it.
I won't use the word affect. I would say because of this, I actually have more interest in furthering now. Though it has passed, but my dad never want me to stop my degree in just BS level. So with him in mind, I would definitely want to further. It's a positive effect, actually.
I'm in third level right now, but I will push more than I wanted to.
Your dreams that I know of, I will continue at this end. And I pray that may your gentle soul continue to rest in perfect peace. But one thing I can assure you, your wife, your children, the best I can do, as you have helped others, I will join the other Akure's to give them a better life. Rest on, brother, till we meet to part 2.
Nobody was prepared for this. Nobody expected that we depart and leave this simple world so soon. We will miss you. The Akure people will miss you. The political class will miss you. God will continue to take care of the people that you left behind, your wife, your children, and all those who love you. We pray that God will accept your soul.
Honorable Adedayo Isaac Omolafe, aka Expensive, was an enigma, a philanthropist, a politician, a community leader with congenial relationship with his family and constituents, which knew no bounds, for his great deeds to positively influence the present-day people of the kingdom and the generations yet unborn, deserves to be immortalized, for him to be remembered for life. A great man he was, but death is inevitable. Check your life now for tomorrow's view by your own people. May God Almighty continue to bless and abide with his dear wife and children as they shall continue to enjoy the great deeds of this great and honorable man. Sleep on, Honorable Adedayo Isaac Omolafe. Sleep on, Expensive. Sleep on, man of the people. Though you have come, you have seen, you have conquered, and you have gone to the world beyond, but your works will continue to speak up.
And when I die, I keep